Tomorrow we are meeting Wolves. That's the first Premier League opposition we are meeting in the League Cup. As you have known, as I've known, as everybody else has known, is that we are still inconsistent. And probably because it's a trend, you expect it to continue. Now, the thing is, Maresca will still go on this rampage of changing a lot of things, forgetting that this is not Reading, this is not Grimsby, this is not uh, Wrexham, this is not. He'll forget. He'll think that because it's just a League Cup, we can just take, a squad from the youth academy. We can just change everything and just start putting in people who we have not even heard of. Of course, I have heard of. I usually watch the under 19, I usually watch under 21, I usually watch, but I know you have not heard of. And expect Chelsea to win this game. I think this is one of those games which is going to be hard. And because Maresca is not going to win the Premier League, I don't know why I keep repeating it. I just want people to feel it. I just want, because this was supposed to be our season. If I keep saying it, probably the fans will feel it. Probably the players will feel it. Probably Maresca will feel it, and they'll want to prove me wrong. By proving me all wrong is they start getting the results, they start being consistent, they'll start doing things to win, not to just survive. But the thing is, Wolves in EFL, we are like in the same path where Wolves is looking at a scenario where they are going to be relegated. So they want to perform so well in this competition where if even they get relegated, they'll still be having, a success, something successful in these other things. Like they'll be able to say, like, we progressed until the semi-final, until the final of EFL. So they're coming gun blazing on this thing. For us, because we are also not performing so well, even in Champions League, even in Premier League. I think if you are not going to win anything in Premier League, if you are not going to win anything in Champions League, there'll be enormous, immense amount of pressure on Maresca. And these are the cups that he needs to win. Of course, he won the Club World Cup, but I'll tell you, Arteta is in Arsenal. I've said it so many times. Arteta is right now in Arsenal because when he came in, he was able to win, I think, the League Cup. Was it FA and the Shield? That's what has kept him in 6 years, 7 years in Arsenal without another trophy. And I think Maresca, somehow, they should be the Achilles heels. I don't know if I'm using that right, but this should be that redemption arc. Like, I'm not performing here, but you know what? I won the League Cup. So, if you are going into this team, if you are going into this game, we should go gun blazing. We shouldn't take prisoners. And if I'm going to make my lineup, of course, the other probably starts Jorgensen because he has not been playing, and you need somebody to be much fit. Something might happen to Sanchez, and if Jorgensen has not been playing, we might have problems in future fixtures. So in certain games you have to put him, and especially I've said it's Sanchez might be better. The difference between them is so little. So there's no a huge difference having Jorgensen, or I've seen it in the two games when Jorgensen play and when Sanchez play, they all making the same mistakes sometimes. Sanchez is better, just a little better, but you could have him. Then use a right back, have a right back because you're saving on Reece James. I should be having that lineup there, but I'm not having because I was quick onto this thing. I'm struggling with arranging my time. But if you subscribe, you'll help me free my time. I'm not trying to blackmail you, but that's the fact. Like, if you subscribe, I'll be able to have a lot of time onto these things because I know the future is brighter. So right back have Malo Gusto. Then in the center backs, try this thing. I know it might happen again. They can play it again. They can play 2 games in a week. But you could also have Fofana and Achampong, or Anchampong and Hato, because it's also a huge game. Then on this side, you might still have Cucurella because he's playing 70 games a week a season. People have played that way for so many seasons. But if you're not going to use Cucurella, have Hato, Achampong, Fofana, Malo Gusto, and then at the center have Lavia. For much fitness. Then probably Enzo, because last game I don't know where he was playing. Buononate as always. Then on this other side, because you are going to play Estevao in Premier League, you might have Neto. I want Estevao to be the first team. So have Neto, have a Gittens, have Gui. The full lineup is there. So Wolves is not going to be a small challenge. It's going to be a hard challenge because it's a Premier League team. But even as a big challenge, we have the second squad, and we need to now have a definite first team, as I've said. But the first team should be reserved for Premier League and for Champions League. And I'm saying it especially in defense, just because I think Chaloba and Tosin should not play in this game. I'm not saying that they should play during the weekend in Premier League. I'm saying that we should have a Champong, Fofana, Hato playing in those positions and still play them in Premier League, because we are not taking in prisoners. Because if we start having people just get minutes because they are getting minutes, then we'll ruin this team. We don't have to ruin this team. That's what my squad. And I think we can win this game. We should. We should win this game. We should win this game and proceed. And that's it. I'm prepared for Premier League. This should not be a challenge. This should not be something that we should have all our minds on. Oh, we are winning against Wolves, so we have recovered. No, this is part. You should take it off as rating the inconsistency. When we lose it, though, we'll include it. When we win, we forget about it. When we lose, we'll be here. We'll be here commenting, making the commentary, trying to point out the mistakes, trying to tell Maresca that this is why you're not position 5, this is why you're in position 9, this is why you're taking Chelsea to mid table. It shouldn't be the case. Anyway, next time. And as I've said, if you're still here, subscribe, comment, share, and for the next win.